How's it going, everybody? You're kicking it with the Karate Hottie Michelle Watterson, and today I'm going to go over a jab drill that you can do with a partner. Now, if you haven't already watched my video on how to learn the mechanics of a basic jab, make sure you go do that first, because that's very important. Once you've learned the basics of the jab, come back and do a drill with the partner, because you know what they say. What do they say, babe?
Drillers make killers.
Drillers make killers. Now let's get started. Okay, so in my last video, I talked about making sure that you turn your fist over so that your thumb is pointing down to the ground, and I caught a lot of slack from it. But anytime you teach somebody something new, you exaggerate it. The whole point is to make sure that you're turning your hand over so that you can break skin, especially if you're boxing, and so that you're protecting your face with your shoulder. And sometimes if you don't teach that, you end up throwing arm punches. So over-exaggerate at first. But obviously, as you get better at the jab, you'll just turn your punch with that nice pop.
Plus it's going to help you get through the guard.
Yes. So what he's saying is, with the jab, if he's throwing it without turning it, it's harder for him to get through the guard because I'm nice and tight. But if he wants to break through that guard, he's gonna turn through, and that's what's gonna allow him to execute that jab right.
Like a drill.
All right, so this drill is all about the jab, how to throw a proper jab, and also how to defend against a jab. Today we're gonna go over 3 basic ways that you can defend against a jab. Obviously, the more you learn, the more you'll be able to create your own style and do your own defense against a jab. We're just going to show you 3 simple ways to defend against a jab. So I'm going to show you all 3 of them, and then I'm going to take you through the drill. So 3 ways to defend against a jab. Number 1 is catching. Okay, so when I'm going to throw my jab, which is my lead hand, he's going to catch with his back hand, which is his cross hand. Okay. So I'm going to throw my jab, and he's going to catch. I throw my jab, and he catches. Now you see how he's still staying nice and tight to his face. If he overreached, what does he do? He leaves himself open for other shots. And a lot of times people will do that. They'll fake the jab because they know that they're overreaching, and they'll come over and catch him with something else. So make sure that you're not overreaching and exposing yourself, okay? Just right here, nice and tight. It's just a little pop, okay? Pop. Pop, pop, pop. Now make sure that you're a good partner in both ways, okay? You don't want to throw too hard to where you're hurting your partner and they don't ever want to drill with you.
Not in the beginning, yeah.
But you also want to give them a realistic look. When a lot of times I've seen people drilling and they're being too nice to their partner. So instead of throwing a jab right at their face, they're going like this. Like, here's my jab, here it comes. And nobody's going to do that in a fight unless they're trying to bait you for something else.
Way out here, yeah.
Okay, so 5 jabs, he catches 5 times, and then he throws 5 jabs, I catch 5 times. Go.
You going?
I go first. Make sure you move around, be realistic. Oh, look at you. Go. Okay, so that's the catch. First line of defense is the catch. Second line of defense is the slip, okay? The most basic way you learn to slip is to the outside of any punch. So if
Just another option, yeah, options are good.
Options are good.
Options are
It's
good.
always good unless you're married, you know,
Sure.
because then you don't get any options.
Right.
So I throw the jab, he slips to the outside of my jab, okay? It's the easiest way to remember. I throw my jab, he slips to the outside. See, he's all outside of my body, okay? Same thing if I throw a cross. He's to the outside of my body. I know he wants to hit me so bad. Okay? Now, when you get better and you start understanding your own body and your own rhythm, of course you can slip to the inside. But it's risky because if you slip to the inside and you're not ready for your next shot, you can get caught with their power hand. So let's stick to the basics for now and slip to the outside of the punch, okay? 5, 5. Ready? Go.
Near here. Huh?
I'll go first. No catching.
Well, I gotta get just. I gotta get you.
3, 4, 5. Okay, your turn. I don't like slipping. So when I slip, I like to take a step because that's how I throw jabs. Because it gets my head offline. So how Josh explains the slip is also as if you were throwing the jab or the cross, but you're not throwing a punch. You're just moving your body as if you were throwing the jab, but just moving out of the way.
Yeah, don't throw it for now.
Okay?
No slipping.
I slipped!
No catching.
We got the catch number 1, we got the slip number 2, and the third one is the pull.
Pull or even just get away.
Pull or get away, evade the situation, right? So if you are pulling and still want to stay within your punching range, then you're gonna hinge at the hip, okay? So you're here, and if I throw a jab, if you take a look at Josh's feet, he's just gonna have a slight bend in his back knee, so that when he comes back, he's ready to fire off his counter attack. Now, if he didn't have the hinge in the knee and he just pulled back with his hips, then he's then he's gonna get caught with my second line of attack. Okay, so anytime you're defending, you should be defending with the idea of what your next move should be. It shouldn't just be you always having a defensive mindset. Your defensive mindset should always be, how do I turn this into offense, right?
Sure.
Okay, so again, he's going to pull back, but still stay grounded in his stance so that he can counter, okay? So I'm gonna throw jab, he pulls, and counters. Jab, pull, counter. Pull, counter. So you can pull. Do you think that it's important to keep your hands up when you pull?
It all depends, right? Again, you can do all sorts of things. For this purpose, yes, keep your hands up. Normally what people will do is they'll bait. So it's here, right, Mayweather, he's here, and then he comes straight in afterwards. Mm-hmm. For this purposes, I think it is good.
Start with your hands up and slowly work your speed. And
slowly find your style.
Yeah, find your style. Perfect.
And then, yeah, you have options again.
You have options. Now, what is one thing that you don't want to do on a pull?
On a pull?
Mm-hmm.
I would say what you said is stay here, because now the third or fourth shot, if you have a volume puncher,
yeah,
right, that's what happened with Anderson Silva when he fought Weidman. Weidman kept throwing the fourth, the fifth, the sixth shot, and that's the one I got you.
Yeah,
now, if you're ready to go after the first one, then go for it.
Okay, so this is no good, because you have no foundation here.
No.
And also, if you're pulling, you don't want to pull straight up.
Yeah. In MMA, you have more of a variety, right? If I'm here, you can do knees and stuff, but you're still going to get off balance and maybe fall on the floor. In boxing, for sure, it's a...
Even in MMA, I don't feel comfortable here.
Yeah.
You know, I end up here a lot because I fall back onto my kicks a lot. And so that's one of the things that I'm trying to fix. So I think it's important to stay grounded. And the best way to remember to stay grounded is your butt underneath your shoulders, okay? If it's not, then you're not grounded.
Yeah.
Right, if you're here, you're not grounded. If you're overextending, you're grounded.
But yeah, it doesn't give you any options, right? If you're that far back, I get it. These people are missing this, but you get an experienced fighter. He's no longer going for this. You know.
Okay, so 5-5. Ready? Mm-hmm. Jerk. This is the stuff that people don't like to do because it's time consuming, and to some people it can be boring, but this is what makes the greats as great as they are. And I bet you if you ask any champion, they will tell you that they always revert back to their basics. So when you're learning this drill, one important key to remember is to not try to run away from learning the defensive aspect of it, okay? And what I mean by that is it's easy to avoid a jab by moving out of the way. It's harder to stay in the line of fire and catch and to slip and to pull while you're still in punching range. The more you force yourself to be in that uncomfortable position, the easier it's going to be for you in a fight when the punches are coming at you to stay in your range and deliver off your attack, okay? So try not to...
So for this drill, you stay in front of each other,
Okay.
right? Persons stay there, no movement. Me and Michelle have been moving, and eventually you want to start getting to that where you're now in the ring, in a cage. That person's on offense, this person's on defense.
Just jabs, yeah.
Just jabs.
Yeah, so when you get good at this drill, what you want to do is put the timer on. It could be 3 minutes, it could be 5 minutes, and one person is strictly going to be doing jabs, and the other person is going to be defending however they feel fit, whether it's the catch, the slip, the pull, or coming off angle, okay? But for this drill, stay put.
For this person, the person catching, just make sure to put your hands up after anything you do. Just a good little tip.
Okay, 5-5, catch, 5-5, slip, 5-5, pull.
We'll stay in front of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't pull back. Okay, so easy drill, but just because it's easy doesn't make it simple. All right, so get to drilling, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be putting up new content every week on how to get away with beating up your spouse.
Yeah.
No,
Couple
scratch
therapy.
that.
Couple therapy.